Hello, I am the real-life fake wizard. Xbox has not had a good year. They tried jumping from $70 to $80 games on their game prices, and that failed. They keep increasing the price of the Xbox console to increase profitability, and now stores like Costco aren't even carrying the product anymore because it's just not selling. And now, after dealing with nothing but bad press for all of 2025, it's just been announced that Xbox Game Pass, the legendary game service that Xbox fans have argued in my comments would never see a price increase, of course, has just had a price increase. Let's talk about it. Effective October 1st, 2025, the price of Xbox Game Pass is going up. The Ultimate tier is going from $19.99 to $29.99 a month, representing a 50% increase in price point. A Premium tier clocks in at $14.99 a month, and the Essential tier is $9.99 a month. It seems that a lot of this tier reorganization is based around that Xbox Day One availability that they boast in all their marketing. The Game Pass business model is that users pay monthly for a subscription service that gets them access to all the Xbox titles the day they launch. It's like a Netflix for gaming per se, and now the only way to get access to those titles on day one is to pay $30 a month. The Premium tier and the Essential tier do not have day one access. In fact, the Premium tier specifically states new Xbox published games within a year of launch, meaning it's unspecified exactly when a new Xbox game will be playable at all on the Premium or Essential tiers. Where is this coming from? Why is this happening? And how does it impact you? Well, firstly, I've been saying this for so many months now. Xbox wants all types of gamers to subscribe to Game Pass. Over the last few years, Xbox and Microsoft have made major acquisitions of studios and corporations all over the world. This gives Xbox direct ownership of some of the highest-earning legacy intellectual properties. At that point, the strategy is to get gamers to subscribe to Game Pass to access said games. This is especially important in a time where Xbox Series S and X console sales are considerably lower than expected. Inside this lack of console sales, Xbox has attempted to inject the slogan, "Anything is an Xbox," asserting all types of computers and handhelds will run Game Pass software. This push, this big marketing strategy, is designed to make you reliant on Game Pass. If you are subscribed to Game Pass and Microsoft is dropping $70 or $80 games onto the Game Pass software on day one, then you don't have to pay $70 or $80 per title. You're less likely to unsubscribe then, or at least that's what they want you to feel. The problem would be, and this is certainly debatable, a lot of the Xbox exclusive day one games and content is just not worth the price of admission to begin with, and personally I believe that. Or gamers still want to own their games, which is very much a big factor. Just because a game is available on PC Game Pass does not mean that people aren't going to buy it on Steam. Expedition 33 broke the mold for this narrative earlier this year. This game was available on Game Pass, and we still saw great sales numbers coming off of Steam. Okay, but how does it impact you, right? Well, this new Game Pass Ultimate gets you those day one Xbox titles, as well as Ubisoft Plus, EA Plus, and now Fortnite Crew will be introduced coming in October. If you're a Fortnite player, that might mean something to you. I'm not a Fortnite player, so I don't really know or care. Fortnite Crew on its own is valued at $11.99 a month, so maybe there's more value right there for someone like you, if that's something you care about. That's about it. Look, I want to be transparent. I do not understand how Xbox makes a profit on Game Pass. At all. You're paying $20 a month, now $30 a month, and we know that the way they pay developers for games is based on duration of time played, meaning if someone plays game A for 5 minutes and game B for 40 hours, game B's studio is paid more money. But that's in the case of dealing with studios that aren't Xbox owned. What about the ones that are? For instance, South of Midnight was made by Compulsion Games. Compulsion Games is owned by Xbox Studios. That game's development was paid for by Xbox, and then I mean, nobody played that game or bought it on Steam. Actually, maybe that's a bad example. Okay, Gears Reloaded. Instead of focusing efforts and investment on Gears of War 6 or Gears E-Day, which was announced in June of 2024, Xbox did a second remaster of Gears of War 1 and ported it to the PlayStation 5, and actually, no one really played that either. Fine. Perfect Dark, right? Is that a good example? No, they spent a fortune on a game that went nowhere and then lied to us saying a fake trailer was the real game. Okay, look, I just wanted to dig on some of Xbox's recent failures, but the actual point I'm trying to make is Xbox is spending a fortune developing games. They're spending a fortune on getting licenses to put games on Game Pass. They're spending money like crazy to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. There is nothing but bloat in the Xbox infrastructure, and yet the games are taking forever to make, or they're not being made at all. And when they are released, people either aren't playing them or only a handful are at an entry-level price point of now $30. So I don't understand how that's profitable. You would need an unfathomable number of registered and actively using Game Pass players to prove its viability. And, oh my God, Sarah Bond said that they did $5 billion in sales last year. Well, that's not profit. And it also sounds like bullshit. Everything everywhere is increasing in price. This is not new. This isn't even news. But I want you to understand that the increases in prices that we're seeing are strictly happening due to greed and companies wanting to report even higher profits than their last shareholders meeting. Game Pass's prices going up isn't exactly out of the blue. Many have predicted this for some time, myself included. Disney Plus keeps going up. Netflix keeps going up. All of the streaming services keep going up. The prices of the consoles keeps increasing. Games are pushing from $70 to $80 thanks to Nintendo being the first to pull the trigger. Xbox tried this earlier this year and failed, but they will try again. They want more money. But here's the big question I want you to ask yourself. Are you getting more value? Sadly, this is basic economics in the hands of slimy corporate executives. It's a deliberate erosion of what economists call consumer surplus, the difference between what you're willing to pay for something and what you actually fork over. In a healthy market, rising prices should signal genuine scarcity or enhanced value like better quality, more features, or expanded access that justifies a price hike. But what we're witnessing is the opposite. This is a rampant extraction of surplus where companies jack up prices to fatten profit margins, delivering the same or diminished utility in return. And this isn't just gaming. It's not just entertainment. It's everywhere. It's everything. It's your food, your clothes, your cars, your rent, your medication, everything. And it's abstract from inflation. It's not connected to any one thing, like all the numbnuts who are going to blame the tariffs in the comments. I see you, and you're wrong. It's purely profit-based. And the best thing you can do to fight back is by not playing, by not buying. See, the system that we live in here allows us freedom of choice. We can choose what we want to buy. If these companies keep increasing the prices for goods without matching those prices with real value, you can choose to not buy it. And if enough people choose to not buy it, those prices will need to come down to meet buyers where they are. Maybe Game Pass is good. Maybe you have it. Maybe you don't. But you know what would make this whole thing a whole lot easier? If they made actually good games. South of Midnight, Gears Remastered again, Perfect Dark was a lie, Fable's taking a decade to make and doesn't look good, Elder Scrolls is never gonna happen, Starfield? In a world with infinite choices for games to play, not to mention the indies that are being made today, and the access to ROMs for retro games, why would you settle for Xbox slop made today? The reason people are angry about the price hikes from Xbox is because we all know deep down they don't deserve it. If they made incredible games and incredible experiences that weren't up for debate, like no one would care how much it cost. Think about that. And let me know if you're canceling your subscription. You probably should. Until next time, create, innovate, inspire, and for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus. And probably cancel Xbox Game Pass, because $30 a month for this is bullshit.